because it's all new and different and it's pretty cool. It's a completely web-based platform, an online platform. Everything is web-based, so there's no downloads, nothing like that. It's built for the K-12 and beyond classroom. So our target population is actually all students that at one point in time will be living independently, either now or in the future, with or without assistance. So we have geared it very much towards all students, both gen ed and special ed. We built it to kind of fill curriculum gaps in career readiness, independent living, personal finance, financial literacy, and social emotional learning. So when we're looking at, especially at high school transition, we're looking at their independent living skills. We're giving them kind of a simulated environment that they can go in and do all the things that we do in a fun, safe way. The kind of tools that it provides you, because what we do, it's a platform of tools. So it's very flexible for whatever you're already doing. It can work with it. It can supplement it. You can create a whole new program with it if you want to. And because it includes online banking, so you've got your checking, your savings, ability to set up savings goals, track those, direct deposit, payroll, budgeting, all of that is in our banking module. We have our full jobs module with it, which is the online job search, so teachers can set up job boards. And we also do have some importable job boards from the ONET career clusters. And students can go out there just like a job search and do an online job search, fill out an online application, which gets sent to the teacher and then coordinates interviews, do the onboarding, hiring. Once a student is hired, we've got an automated payroll system that works either salary, hourly, or task-based for production payroll. You can choose that by the job, you can choose that by the student, so it's very flexible in everything that they do. Our jobs module, we're also building out performance reviews and peer networking as well, coming out probably later. Yeah, that's actually probably going to be hitting next year. So your payroll is all automated. You get to pick your pay date. You get to pay your pick your pay cycle, 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever. It will automatically happen in the background. You'll get a report. Bam, it's done. It's kind of nice. We do also have a real estate module, which has online property searching. You can set up either property searches or properties that might be similar in your area. So your students can get a real feel of what is going to be like to find a place to live, and how much it's going to cost. So once you set that up, they can go out to our portal, search for what they're looking for, apply for a lease online, including pet deposits, pet rents. They can do a roommate process, all of that's built in. And once, once they're approved, then that will bill them out once a month for their rent. In the banking area also, we do custom bills. So a teacher can set up electric bills, car payments, cell phone bills, everything that a student will have to deal with one day in their life. Which brings it to a nice budgeting cluster. So we do have some budgeting tools in there as well. You can set up a simple 50-30-20 budget, or you can do a custom budget and work with the students to track their budget month to month. And it's they get to do all the boring adult stuff now, is what we let them do all that boring stuff. Just to make it a little bit nicer for them and for budgeting purposes, we actually have a couple of reward pieces in there as well so that they can start doing the needs versus wants spending. We have an online shopping store that comes with some virtual avatars, some pets that they can choose and buy, and it kind of dresses up their platform. And you can also set up your own classroom store that they can purchase from the online store from their bank account. So for physical items like reward items and that sort of thing.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
It also has, and it's that's what I was in the process of doing right now, is starting to roll out our gaming platform. It's a full 3D, kind of like a Animal Crossing type of thing where it's a world builder. They can go in there. They have this big town area that they can explore, go into stores, buy furniture, decor, that sort of thing. They can hop on the monorail and go over to their living area and build out their house, their landscape, their, and kind of create their own little world. So that has actually become, that feature had already become pretty popular with the kids, where they get their first paycheck and they go blow it in this gaming piece for all these virtual things that, it's like buying a Fortnite skin. It's like, oh, that's where my paycheck went. So kind of good that we can put it right in here. So as you can see, there's plenty of classroom possibilities with the program itself. It's a very flexible platform. You can do what you want with it. We do have some pieces in there that helps you build that.
Got it. And if we were to go with this program, would I be getting like help from people as I'm like working? Okay, perfect.
Yep, absolutely. With our single classroom, we actually include an hour's complimentary setup help.
Okay.
And then I am pretty much at your fingertips.
Got it.
And as we grow, we're building in more and more support and virtual training pieces too, that you can go through the libraries and that sort of thing. We did go through, we are actually aligning it to all the Jumpstart Coalition standards, the National Financial Education Standards. Lord knows there's plenty of different standards out there. This is the one that we chose. And we did actually create a full 18-week curriculum based on these standards. It's a middle school level curriculum that works through earning income, spending, savings, investing, managing credit, managing risk, all that sort of stuff. And what's neat about it is it's built in with the platform. So it also includes platform activities and things like that. And I'm sorry, Heidi, I am just going on now. You got me talking. It also has a mood tracker and an attendance tracker. So we're building in early intervention into it, because every day when a student logs in, they'll get like a set of emoticons that they get to, or emojis that they get to choose what their mood is for the day. And if the system sees a pattern of, say, 7 negative mood days, it'll send out a notification to a teacher to be like, oh, you might want to check in with this student. 9 times out of 10, the student might tell you that he just liked that particular emoji, but it still has that early intervention piece built in, as well as all of the other SEL pieces that come with this real life simulation. So, and just real quick, I will show you, this is actually a student's view. Let me, just to give you an idea of what you'd be looking at. I think I've already logged in as her today, so you may not see the vibe check. So basically, this is a middle school or high school view. They come in, they have all their top modules. They all come with the same program, with the subscription. You get your banking, your real estate, your jobs, the store. We are building in a full learning management system with it as well. So you can put your lesson plans right in here, and they can work right in here with a grade book, a student planner, assignment submissions, and all that. They do have these quick shot menus on every page. What is important? What do you need to pay attention to? Here are your bank accounts, your addresses, the address that you're, like this is the unit I'm renting, as well as my jobs. If it's an hourly job, I also have my time clock right there. So right on my homepage, I can clock in or clock out.
Nice.
And we added our little avatars. This is my beekeeper avatar that they can come in, and so they can go out and buy different ones and different pets. This happens to be Nintendo and the beekeeper. And they are actually help features too. So they can come in and click on the avatar. The avatar will walk them through different areas and just be like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, I want to go to the banking portal. They'll bring me over to the banking portal. And here I can say, oh, what do you want to do? I want to pay bills. Oh, this is what you do in the Bill Pay Center. Do you want to go there now? Sure. And it drops me right into the Bill Pay Center. So he's a little helpful friend that they can pick and choose and spend their money on, that sort of thing. But just these are kind of the similar screens that you'd see throughout the entire platform. Like my Bill Pay Center, I have a list at all times what bills I have monthly. And then once they're ready to be paid, like on the first of the month, it'll create an invoice that will jump up to ready to pay. And then I can come out here and pay it as the student. Same thing with the jobs, like my job boards. This was one of the SOC job boards. Granted, I can import the whole thing and then I can weed out the ones, you know, if I want to cut it down to less decisions. It also comes with all the BLS national average salary data. So you will be getting a realistic view of these jobs for your students. So if a student says, I want to be a graphic designer, they could come out here, apply for that job, and then live with the pay of a graphic designer through the system and see what that would actually be like and what kind of lifestyle they could afford. You know, so that's the program in a nutshell. Any questions?
So one, I feel like you're like living inside my head. So I feel like this is exactly what I've been asking for and searching for, and I've been struggling to find. My question I think would be is how long does it take to set up like the framework in order to get it working for, let's say, you know, like next school year?
Usually I'm working on a setup process right now that will actually it's very intensely walks you through it. So it could literally be set up within an hour or two.
Okay.
Depending on how much planning, depending what you want to do with it. Because some people do very little, other people use the whole entire system and do everything, and that's fantastic. If it sounds like you are the inspiration that kind of made this happen, because it was literally teachers like you that were looking for this and pulling an app from here and pulling some Google Forms from there and going to Pinterest and figuring this out. That's why I built it, because I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if it was all in just one place?
Yes.
And it did everything. But the setup's really not bad. You have to, depending on if you're doing custom job boards or if you're pulling the ONET stuff or your real estate boards, those are the two pieces that you kind of have to get a little creative with.
Okay.
Everything else is just making decisions. Okay, when's my payday going to be? How, you know, how frequently do they get paid? What are my bills going to be? What bills do I want to use? That sort of thing.
Got it.
So, and then once you've got it set up, it's done.
Now, is there like, I kind of realize what I'm asking and I don't know how to phrase it a better way, but is there like any way like I can go through this just to kind of like see how it works and if it would work in our programming?
Yeah, I can set you up with I can actually set you up with a 30-day trial.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Thank
Just
you.
to go in and play and see if it would actually work.
Because like, I know like in our agency mind, like if we are like, this is what would work for us, like then we can make like the budget work in our, you know, in our budget.
Right.
But I need to be able to make sure that it does work for us before I'm like, okay, let's spend that money.
I understand. Yeah, if Heidi, if you can send me her info.
Yes, I will do that.
I can set that up.
Yeah, I'll get you her information and we'll get you set up, Chelsea, and you can contact either myself or Lori with any questions you have as you're working your way through it.
Well, I appreciate that. This is the first one. Seriously, I've been through so many of these. This is the first one I'm actually excited about.
Awesome.
You know, so this is, oh my gosh. Again, Lori, if you designed this and you created this, this is exactly what has been in my head too. Like I just don't have the tech ability to do this.
Yeah, and that's yeah, it actually, this came to be from it started on a napkin in the middle of one of my college courses, because I went back to college for psychology in 2018. This actually started as an idea on a napkin. And then I went to Pinterest to find out what all the teachers wanted and then put it all together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. It still is fun. And it's always going to be growing. Like right now we've hit those middle school benchmarks type of thing. Once we are completely happy with the middle school, we're moving on to high school. We're looking at a mock stock market. We're looking at credit cards, that sort of thing. And we also always take feedback from teachers on what do you want to see. Like just last week, I was at a conference and one of my teachers they're like, well, what about the W-4 and the I-9 when you're onboarding? Absolutely. We're going to have that in by 23, 24.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I love that.
So, so yeah, it's a very collaborative effort as we go forward, and I love that with our customers as well, as being able to take your feedback and yeah, that would be really cool. Um, oh, I'll click on this anyways, but
Oh, I'm
this
glad. This is
this
the
is
fun
about to go
part.
live.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd do this, Lori.
So this is our, and I told Heidi I am terrible at controlling video games. That's so he walks through the town. There's a bank. And I'm gonna walk into the bench. Um, don't
So,
worry about it.
okay,
You can
this
go.
may seem like a dumb question, but I know how my kids are gonna go. Like these avatars can't beat each other up, right? Like,
Nope.
yeah.
As of right now, and I just ran into the gazebo, so I'm done. There's a monorail that they go ride, which is very cool. As this grows, like there's going to be activities in the school that they can go play little mini games here and there.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a single player platform, so they can't. Everybody you see walking around are just NPCs, but
Got it. Okay.
but we are turning it into a multiplayer platform, restricted to just your classroom or your school. So it's only going to be their classmates, and it's very safe and secure that way.
Got it.
And no, they can't beat each other up or run each other over with
Yep.
monorails or blow up each other's houses.
Thank you, because we
Yep.
know that. Yep.
Oh, I do.
Yep.
I got 4 little gamers in my house right now, so I hear ya. But I and it was actually my husband that built that part, the whole game. So
Yeah.
fun times.
Lori, we can't thank
Sorry.
you enough. I'm so glad that you were
Absolutely.
available, and thank you for letting me record this, even though you have your hoodie. I'll just tell anybody that watches this, I called Lori in 2 minutes and had her come on and do this because I knew that Chelsea would really like to see this program. So thank you so much.
And